So with a lot of help from government projects, dams went up. The rivers that were supposed to be filling the lake got redirected to water the crops instead. They literally just drained the lake to make more farmland, an entire giant lake sacrificed for agriculture. And you can bet the environmental fallout from that is something we're still dealing with today. All right, for our last story, we're gonna make a pretty big leap from geography to the middle of a battlefield. We're jumping back to World War II to check out a wild story of how soldiers used their ingenuity to turn an ordinary drinking glass into a seriously effective weapon. I know, it sounds almost ridiculously simple, doesn't it? But this glass grenade trick was an absolutely brilliant bit of on-the-fly thinking. It's exactly what it sounds like. You take a grenade, you take a glass, you put them together, and the result? It completely changed the game for how that weapon worked. Okay, here's where the genius comes in. Once you've got the grenade sitting inside the glass, you can go ahead and pull the pin. Now, normally, the second you let go of that safety lever, the fuse starts. But with this trick, the edges of the glass physically hold the lever down. So the grenade is armed, but it's not going anywhere. It only goes live the instant the whole thing hits its target and the glass shatters. That releases the lever, and boom! You've basically just created a DIY impact grenade out of kitchenware. So you might be wondering why go to all this trouble. Picture a normal hand grenade. To use it right, you have to be really close to your target, maybe 30, 40 meters. That's dangerously close in a firefight, where every single foot matters. This simple glass, it changed all of that. 200 meters. That's the new potential range. The extra weight from the glass, plus the more streamlined shape, meant a soldier could throw it way, way farther and more accurately than a regular grenade. It's incredible. A simple drinking glass basically turned a close combat weapon into a personal piece of light artillery. So, we've got confusing maps, a lake that disappeared, and a weapon made out of a drinking glass. What's the common thread here? It's all about seeing the unseen. It's about recognizing that there are incredible stories hiding right under our noses. Think about what we just uncovered. We figured out the simple little abbreviations that solve a huge naming headache. We found the ghost of a massive American lake, erased from the map for the sake of farming, and we saw how a totally ordinary object was transformed into a clever, deadly tool of war. There's this quote that just nails it perfectly. These stories, they weren't dug up from some ancient, dusty tomb. They're right here, right now, part of our world, just hiding in plain sight. They're in the words we use, the land we see out the car window, and yeah, even in the history of the stuff sitting on our shelves. So next time you glance at a map or drive past a place and wonder, what's the deal with that? Or even just pick up a glass. Just remember, there's almost certainly a hidden story right there,